Welcome to the online classes from Dhaka Secondary School, North Karachi campus. Assalamu alaikum students of class 7 in the online class of social studies. We are going to do the winter vacation work and I'm your teacher Miss Uzma. Topics of this vacations are basically depend on the chapter 21. Islam first reaches the subcontinent and you have a project work in which you will grow the coriander. A spreading of Islam, Raja Dahir of Sindh, Muhammad bin Qasim and the Ghaznavids. These are the topics which we are going to study. A spreading of Islam. You are watching the map in which the area which is reddish orange is showing the area of Islamic world under Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam between 622 to 632. After that, territory added by first four caliphs between 632 to 661 and it is showing with the orange one. The purple one showed the territory added by Umayyad Khalif between 661 to 750. By 712, Islam had spread westward from Mecca through the Middle East, along the north coast of Africa into Spain and even in France. Eastward, it had reached Central Asia, Iran and Afghanistan. Arab traders were selling to coast of India, Sri Lanka and even Southeast Asia. Most of these ships sailed across the Persian Gulf and along the Makransa coast. A spreading of Islam. As they carried precious cargo, they were sometimes attacked by pirates near the port of Dibal, not far from where Karachi now stands. The pirates were especially fierce. In 710, they seized an Arab ship that was carrying expensive gifts and slaves from the king of Sri Lanka to Caliph Walid in Damascus. Caliph Walid demanded that Raja Dahir of Sindh should return the prisoner and treasure, but Dahir refused, saying he had no control over the pirates. The governor of the Eastern Arab Empire then sent an army under the command of his 17 years old nephew Muhammad bin Qasim to the region. Muhammad bin Qasim was a brave young man and a good leader. Led by him, the army quickly captured Dibal and Raja Dahir was killed in battle. The Arab then marched inland along the Indus Valley. With the surrender of Multan and Savan, Sindh and southern Punjab now become Arab territory. At first, the new territory was a part of Caliphate, but in 871 it became two independent Muslim states. Muhammad bin Qasim was recalled to Iraq, but Sindh continued as part of the Arab Empire for the next 200 years. Governors were appointed by the Arabs, but actual administration was in the hands of the local people. Both Muslims and non-Muslims, jizya, non-Muslim tax and zakat, poor tax payable by Muslims, were collected. Qazis were appointed to resolve problems between Muslims while non-Muslims referred their problems to their own chiefs or priests. Besides, the construction of mosque temples were also built and repaired. The Arabs married among the Sindhis and settled down in Sindh, and the interaction between the two races was a rich cultural blend. Arabic was official language and Sindh was the first Eastern language for the translation of the Holy Quran. The rulers were good to the people of the country. They were allowed to worship as they pleased, and most of the Hindu officials kept their jobs. With the land now free from pirates, the number of Muslim traders increased rapidly, as well as goods they took back to Arabia and Persia. Many new ideas such as how to navigate their ships by using the stars and much knowledge about medicines. They learned new things about mathematics, especially the use of zero, which later led to many important discoveries. The Ghaznavids. The Ghaznavids were Muslims whose empire stretched from Central Asia to Afghanistan. Their capital was at Ghazni near Kandahar. The king, Subcontinent 977 to 1977, made many raids through the Khyber Pass into the northwest of the subcontinent for treasure and slaves, and later raided the remaining part of the Punjab to his Muslim empire. His son, known as Mahmud Ghaznavi, continued their raids into India for another 30 years. He was very fierce in destroying Hindu temples, but otherwise a fair and just ruler. He allowed non-Muslims to follow their own religion as long as they paid the taxes. He let most Hindu officials and army officers keep their jobs. He wanted to make his capital city Ghazni the most beautiful city in the world, and took artists, architects, musicians, writers, and scientists from the subcontinent to settle there. The great trade route, the Silk Road, from China to West went across part of Ghaznavid Empire in Central Asia. The Ghaznavid rulers taxed the merchants traveling along the road, which made them very wealthy. They also traded in goods themselves. They brought gunpowder and cotton, sugar, spices, and perfumes from the subcontinent to China and Europe. Trade grew rapidly. When Mahmud died, the Ghaznavid Empire broke up into smaller states, all fighting for power. The questions are in front of you, along with the project work in which you will grow the coriander from the coriander seeds. Read the process very carefully and follow them to complete the project. There is a benefits of growing coriander in water also you have. Thank you so much.